I want to talk about how one man deciding to grow a beard helped to unite the Roman Empire. I'm not joking. Emperor Hadrian of Rome was the first Roman emperor to grow a beard, and it became a huge scandal that then turned into a massive trend. You see, for over 300 years, Rome had been predominantly a clean-shaven society, ever since Scipio Africanus popularized shaving in the Second Punic War. As a result, beards typically became more associated with the barbarians, which were peoples from Gallia and Germania, modern-day France and Germany. These barbarians saw their beards as signs of masculinity, but the Romans saw the bearded barbarians as signs of uncivilization. In fact, the word barbarian, or barbarus in Latin, actually comes from Romans making fun of the way that people from Gallia and Germania spoke. Bar, 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 bar. People from ancient Greece also wore beards, and they viewed a long beard as a sign of wisdom. But a lot of Romans hated the Greeks as well, even after the Romans conquered Greece and Greek culture spread throughout all the Roman Empire. But Hadrian was one Roman who loved Greek culture. In fact, he even gained citizenship in Athens before becoming emperor. And so, when Hadrian ascended to the throne following his cousin/adoptive father Trajan's death, he decided to grow a beard as a sign of his love for Greece. The Senate absolutely hated him for this. Well, also because he murdered a few of them, but the beard didn't help. They saw this imperial beard as a breakdown in Roman virtue and civilization, and they were convinced that the empire was about to crumble because its leader refused to shave. But the people absolutely loved it. Hadrian was a rebel. He was breaking down old traditions and doing his own thing. The bearded Gauls, Germans, Celts, and Greeks, which Rome had conquered at this point, also respected him for it. They saw their new leader embracing a part of their culture that they had previously been looked down on for over 300 years, and they loved it. It would still take a few generations for these people groups to be accepted as Romans instead of conquered peoples, but this was one of the first steps in the right direction. The crazy thing is it started a new tradition. Every single emperor after Hadrian, and up until Constantine, with the exception of a few children, grew a beard as well. That's about 200 years of emperors all growing beards because of one man. This completely flipped the script. While beards had been seen as something to be ashamed of, to be shaved off as a sign of uncivilization, now beards were seen as a sign of a good emperor. And many emperors grew them only because it was expected of them. In case you're not picking up what I'm putting down here, Hadrian literally fanboyed over Greece so hard that he convinced almost all of Rome, which was heavily prejudiced against beards, that beards had always been cool in the first place. And so, by the simple act of growing a beard, not only did Hadrian start to culturally unite the different captured provinces of Rome, he also started a massive movement within Rome itself, which lasted for centuries. Just goes to show you that with a great beard comes great power.